Let's go.
My name is Thomas Webb. I'm with TCU. I'm the Executive Marketing Director for the company.
Welcome, Tommy. Welcome to TCU. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Oh, not bad at all. We got a couple questions here for Tommy. Tommy is the Executive Marketing Director for TCU. Pretty well fluent individual in the credit repair and trade line field. This gentleman has been turning people's lives around, has been introducing people to software, helping people build their, residual income, portfolio, all the above. So with that being said, I want to introduce Tommy, Mr. Thomas Webb, and give him a warm welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it. My name is Thomas Webb. I was introduced to TCU a couple of years ago, and I seen the value in what they did. I seen their software that they had for trade lines. I seen that there was no other company out there that did what they did, and the backing behind it, and just the people that are insinuated with the company. I was just blown away. So I immediately got in business with them and started running from there. I started helping other people have access to trade lines that people don't have, and you can purchase them online and be able to offer them to your clients as well. And that was something that was really valuable to me because I wanted to have some kind of system to where you could just go online and purchase them, and everything, you get paid out. The system that they have is just amazing. And you guys will see that too whenever you go on there, and we'll walk you through everything and show you how everything works.
Okay. Of course. Now, how long have you been in the credit repair field, and what made you start credit repair? Why did you start? Why did you decide to focus and change your life direction for whatever the career may have been to doing this, and what's your reason behind it?
Absolutely, great question. And that's really where my passion's at. How I got in the credit industry is I was actually a #1 trade line provider for a company in St. Louis. I don't want to say the name, but I was actually, I had over 200 people on my credit cards, and I started seeing what it did for other people. So I had people added on my cards, and I seen just the score, what it did for other people, and it didn't affect me in any way. So once I seen that it helped others, I immediately wanted to go on and continue with that process. So that was over 2 years ago that I started doing that, and like I said, I just seen how it worked.
So you see firsthand trade lines is very beneficial.
Absolutely.
So you was on the other end. You was the guy providing the trade lines for the clients.
Absolutely.
And now you like, you know what? Let me get in business. Let me help people out. I see the magnitude. You see the income. It's a win-win situation. Like, I agree myself. Like, if you can help someone and get their credit intact and make money at the process,
absolutely,
it's a winning situation. But go ahead.
And the thing is, so many people are skeptical and scared, and that's the thing. I had to take a risk. I took a jump, not knowing. I did my research a little bit, but then I researched more, and I found out in 2013 they changed the law to where you could only add a family member or someone who lived with you on a credit card, which is a trade line. And so with that, I noticed that everything was legal. There was nothing that was wrong with what we were doing, and they changed the law. So then I immediately was like, well, I got to tell everybody about this. And I started seeing what it did for other people, and that's whenever I continued on and went into the credit repair business.
Okay, perfect. Good. Yeah, we still here with Thomas Webb. It's explaining kind of benefits of credit repair program, trade line program, software as well. Kind of what we was just talking about. Also, in the interim, you was kind of breaking down that you're seeing the beauty of helping people. You seeing what type of examples? What was you seeing that clients were benefiting just by adding simple authorized users?
Yeah, absolutely. People getting into houses that normally wouldn't have been able to get into houses. People getting cheaper interest rates on their cars. People being able to get their own credit cards that they would have not gotten before. Just really giving them a life that they're not used to, and giving them a chance. A lot of people, they would kill to have good credit and know what it can really do for you. And I think credit is so important, and so many people don't realize what the difference of really having a great credit score and a bad credit score, how much of a difference in the long run that can really cost you money wise.
Right.
Yeah. So. And
then another thing. So what has been? I mean, I know there's a lot of people. Like, it's probably over 200-300 million Americans that has poor credit.
Absolutely.
They say a little bit over a third of the country, right? What has been the benefit of people, say, dealing with your company, our company, for example? What have you seen? What are the reports, the results? are people happy or they're skeptic? Like, can you elaborate a little bit on?
You're always going to have your skeptics. I mean, that's life. Everybody's always going to think there's too good to be true. And honestly, whenever I was introduced to trade lines, I kind of was like, oh, no way, this is too good to be true.
And you was on the other end receiving money for your trade lines. And you made pretty good money doing that, right?
Made great money doing it.
Keep in mind, y'all, TCU Software offered it. We offered the ability to make money selling your trade lines and purchasing your trade lines and helping people. But carry on, didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, and just, I mean, the security behind it, it's everybody thinks that, I'm giving my people information, and that's not the case. The credit card comes to the trade line in my house. At the time I was a trade line provider, it comes to my house, and I'm able to shred the credit card. So I don't ever have to worry about that person getting a hold of my credit or getting a hold of my information, because it all comes to me.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that I know questions. Some people are like, well, what happens to the credit card? Do they get my information? Do they get the credit card? No, they don't.
Right, which is a big concern.
Absolutely.
A big concern.
That was my number one concern.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions, and you answered that. You were like, pretty much. Yeah, because people are totally, they are bombarded with questions and concerns. And what our job is at TCU, the Credit University, again, is to educate people. We want to educate people, the education that you didn't receive in high school. Which we think we should have got this education in elementary school. We should be teaching this to our second graders and third graders, how to save money, how finances work, the importance of credit, because I didn't really understand credit. I mean, I did early on, but I was 18, 19. I was on my mom's account as an authorized user, and I'm like, wow, this is a beautiful thing here. I was buying people's stuff, so I'm pretty sure you experienced the same thing. People was using your credit to get them what they needed.
Yeah.
And that kind of led you into business.
Yeah.
And I talk about that process of what took you into business, why you like the business, and kind of how did it help your clients out.
Absolutely. So what took me into the business was just seeing what it did for people, how it helped people. I immediately, that's my passion. I love to help others. And whenever I seen just by simply adding my history onto somebody's credit and to see what that did for them just off of a trade line, something that would have took them 3 to 5 years to build, that I could do that in 30 days, it blew me away. So I immediately started my own business, and it was just, when I see people's results and I see people how happy they are, it's a whole nother feeling. There's no other feeling like helping others. And whenever you get somebody in a house and they're so excited and they thank you, and then they tell another person, and another person tells another person, and it's like before you know it, you have so much word of mouth business because you help so many others that it's really touching, and it's a great feeling. So
you've seen your company grow from word of mouth.
Absolutely.
And that's what we big believers. Like, we're new to, how long have you been marketing? So before you started, when you started your company, you wasn't marketing immediately. You just was strictly word of mouth.
I stay the same way, because I feel that if I can help, people and they can tell others, I'm good. Like, that's been my biggest way of, and I believe that's the best way of business is word of mouth.
And mine as well. And I've been doing it for quite some time too. And I totally agree with you. Once you get those individuals that refer you, hey, this person did this job for me, and they show them.
Yeah.
Like, here's my car, here's my house. Like, proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
Like, we've been engaging with people before they invented the engagement on social media, right?
Yeah. And then you get 10 or 20 people from that one person.
Right. Now, with that being said, and I want to talk about, I know my struggles as a company owner, having a business, dealing with clients. Like, what do that put you with not having a system, not having people that's, reputable, and you doing it? How does that affect you as a company, and why would it be benefit to, jump on board with a company that offer you the technology to solve some of the problems that you may have?
Yeah.
Like, list some of the problems that you may have ran into, and maybe some of the problems that technology can solve.
Yeah, structure is huge. And one of the biggest problems I have, and this is just, I'm sure so many others have it, is getting the mail from the clients. Once you've sent out the letters and you try to get back with them and try to get a system and try to meet up with them, get the mail. But with having a software that does all that for you, to where you can upload everything, it makes it so much easier, saves so much time. You're able to get better results that way, because you constantly are getting the mail right away from the clients. That was my biggest concern, that was my biggest problem, was getting the mail from my clients, because I can't go forward without seeing the results of what's on the report from the bureaus.
Wow. Did you have any struggles with doing even the work, like say the overload, the workforce, the process,
Yeah.
Do you think you need some type of system to help with that?
Absolutely. You could just get overwhelmed, because before you know it, I went from having, 50 to 60 to, oh crap, I got 100, and now I'm overwhelmed, and now I don't have a system in place. Then, that's why with the software that TCU provides, it makes so much sense and helps out so much.
Nice. Software is awesome. Well, yeah, we're going to take a break here. We just wanted Tommy to speak for a second. We're going to come back and talk about a few other in-depth topics and a few other in-depth things. We're going to keep it real short, simple, and sweet. Thank you guys for staying tuned. Be back in a moment. All right, now we back again for the third time with Mr. Tommy Webb, the Executive Director for TCU Marketing. Here, we want to kind of share a little bit of information on why you think it'd be beneficial to utilize the TCU software in reference to like the broker and affiliate programs. Like, do it make sense? Can you make money? Like, what are the benefits? And then talk about the struggles too and the assignments of trade lines, like how that process works. You know, you seeing it.
Absolutely. Well, the benefit to having a TCU software is you have to think you got so many people that are doing just credit repair. There's so many companies out there that can sit there and clean up your credit, but what company do you have out there that can really boost your scores, that can add value and add history to your account? And there's not a lot of companies out there that do that. So that's where TCU comes in and just really, and not only that, you get to make money too while doing it. So you get to help others once again, and you get to help your company grow by being able to build other people's scores up as well. I think that's so huge that there's not many companies out there that do what we do.
Right, and I'm gonna add a little bit too. You know, part of it is the workflow. So, like, wouldn't it be hard to maintain proprietary software and a company by yourself and alone? You know, like it's hard. It's a process. You know, you got to assign people trade lines. You got to remind them when they lines posting. You got to do so much. You got to file the dispute letters. You got to follow up with the dispute processing. Right. So I would think that it is very beneficial to have some type of system in play, and that way you can focus on growing business. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's huge. I've done trade lines by myself, tried to do it with just adding the people on myself, having a pen and piece of paper, and going and having 5 lines.
I did that too back in the day, like 5 years ago. I had a notebook.
It's great at the beginning,
it's fun,
but when you start to grow like we're growing, you have to have a system in place.
You need a team.
Yeah, you have to have a team, and that's one of the things to where TCU is going to come in, and they're going to be able to help you out with all the little things that you wouldn't be able to do.
Right. And my analogy is like one person can make $10,000, $20,000 a month, and you can probably do it by yourself. Yeah. And after that, you know, if you're trying to make $50,000 or so a month, then you need a couple more people. You know, you're gonna need a few people to kind of help with this and help with that. Yeah. But when you get into the range of making 200 and 300 and up to the multiple millions of dollars, you need a for real team. You need a group. You need a team.
Yeah, they say the teamwork makes the dream work, and it's so true, because if you don't have a team that's all flowing together, it's not going to work. And you have to have people and put people where they're good at, put people with the strengths where that's someone for this part, there's someone for this part, and that's what we've done. And I think that's what's really what everybody's gonna love about what we have. Right.
What do you think about the software?
Love it, absolutely love it. There's not any other software out there, and not only that, we got the best software programmers, that are alive, I believe.
Right. All right, we do, and we'll talk about them guys later. We got some good programming.
We got some hitters in when it comes to that.
Exactly. So, is there anything that you think that would benefit? What about the price? Opposed to the software, is it a good price to get involved? Absolutely. Like, is it expensive or is it cheap?
It could be free. It could be free for you if you really wanted it to, and you just depending on what program you want to be in. But it's so affordable for what we offer, and all of the time and effort that's been put in the software. You're not going to be like, there's no other price out there that you can get for the value of what we do. Right. There's not any other company. I challenge you to go out there and find another company that does what we do.
Yeah, we challenge you. We challenge you to bring back another system, and we'll duplicate it, replicate it, and make it better.
Absolutely.
And cheaper.
Yeah.
And cheaper. So now, you use the system. You're using the system. How has it helped your business in turn? Like, even outsourcing, like say with your credit repair processing, did that help your company grow? Absolutely. Did that enable you to move around or whatever? Can you elaborate?
Yeah, because you want convenience. And that's so important to where you can actually have someone who takes the workload off of your hands. Because I'm a big marketer. I like to go out there and talk to people, and I can't just be sitting behind a desk all day. So that's why the software is so important to me, and it frees my time to allows me to go do other things. And that's worth the value of what I'm paying each month.
Huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you recommend our software to anybody?
Absolutely, anybody.
Anybody.
And I'm in the credit industry, so I've seen other softwares, and I honestly, and this is from my heart, I wouldn't think there's any other body that's even doing what TCU is doing.
Right, because we're building things based on what people needs are.
Yeah.
If you tell us today, hey, here's what I need to make my business grow.
Yeah.
I need workflow. I need support. I need technology.
Yes.
I need social media engagement. You know, people don't know that. It's a lot of things out here that they don't understand and don't know about growing their company, and we want to provide that.
Yeah.
What you say, and I know you bring your expertise to the table as well.
Yeah.
Like you're a big marketer, right?
Yeah.
You're a big,
yeah,
huge
absolutely.
marketer.
But the thing I love most is I can pick up the phone and I can call the software team, and if there's ever any glitches or if there's ever any problems, which there's rarely any, I can pick up the phone and they're on it in a second.
And they fix it.
And they fix it right away. You're not gonna find another company. You got to call a 1-800 number, and then you got to sit there and wait, and then you got to find the problem. I can get straight to the source and get it resolved right away. And that's peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
Yeah,
nice.
Absolutely.
Nice. Again, yeah, we want to thank you guys for coming. We just keep this short and brief. We keep the kids rule. That's Tommy, executive marketer for TCU, director. So please give us a call if you're interested in any of our services. Thanks again. Appreciate your time.